What's up, guys? It's Rav. If you read my blog post from last night, you kind of know that I had like a little weird experience last night out in Joshua Tree National Park. So it's about 2 a.m. now, and I'm headed to Giant Rock to see if I can do some moonscapes tonight. It is full moon tonight. Tonight's the last night of the full moon, so it should be a good night. So I'm going to try Giant Rock. And I'm gonna possibly try to head back into the park. It depends on how long it takes me around Giant Rock, and maybe even head into the park where I was last night, where I had my little whatever it was. I'm not even sure what it was. Where I thought I saw something which moved, and it was compelling enough that I blogged about it. So anyway, once I get out into the park or out anywhere, I'm gonna kind of keep a record of it, but I wanted to start here because out there it's probably going to be so dark you won't even be able to see me. You'll just hear me talking, but I am going to record it and see what it's like. So anyway, let's go. Alright guys, as you can see, it's super dark and you gotta have some light for the video, so just using a flashlight here. We got the truck loaded and we are headed to Giant Rock. I'm actually taking a camcorder tonight, my trusty HDV 1000, HDU 1000. It's got night vision on it. I've tested a little bit. Can't really see a whole lot still without the flashlight, but I'm going to take it just in case. Might be able to make a little video or something. So, but mostly it's probably going to be iPhone. So much easier to edit, plug in and edit. So anyway guys, here we go. Alright guys, we are headed towards Giant Rock, and didn't know by looking at a map, and that's one thing about the desert out here is you just don't know looking at the maps, but we've already left the pavement and now we're on dirt road, so we're in the middle of the desert. You really can't see. There's not anything out here but desert. I see a few lights from houses way off in the distance, but looks like we're going to have several miles, maybe close to about 6 or 7 miles of this dirt road, so hopefully we can find Giant Rock. That's what we're looking for tonight. So until I vlog again. Alright guys, well, I would not attempt this if I didn't have an all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive Land Rover, because it looks like we're literally going to go out in the middle of the desert here to get to Giant Rock. So yeah, we're like on roads still, but these are not much roads. I don't know if you can tell. All right, here it's a little better road here. But there we go, this is the better road. Pretty deep sand. Glad I have a four-wheel drive, so I'm not sure I'd attempt this if I had a two-wheel drive. All right, well, we're still on the road. Hopefully we'll make it. All right, guys, we're back. You can't see it, but the landscape is completely changed. See if you can show you, the moon is up there, and we're headed for this huge mountain right in front of us, and it's all flat right here where I'm at. So I read the stories about this Giant Rock, and it's supposed to be on a dry lake bed, and I pretty much feel like I'm driving on a dry lake bed because there is no vegetation whatsoever where I'm at right here. So hopefully we're getting close. I wish you guys could see the surrounding. I'll have to do this again during the day, where I can actually record it with a GoPro or something maybe. So anyway, yeah, you can't see it, but I mean literally right in front of us there's a huge mountain right in front of us. We were driving right at it, now we're turning back to the, we're actually curving back to the right just a little bit, and we're getting ready to go around this huge rock formation. I wish you guys could see it. Anyway, the journey continues. Alright, I literally just left you guys with that last blog talking about coming up to this, driving past this big mountain, and I see Giant Rock. It is 12 o'clock right in front of us at the end of this mountain. It's right here. We have found it. It only took us a little over an hour and 10 minutes, but I see it. I don't think you guys can see it yet, but it is literally right in front of us. And it's about 3:20 a.m. in the morning, and I'm going to try to find a different way home because I literally drove through the desert back roads all the way over here, and it wasn't a pleasant experience at night. But here it is. Oh man, it's awesome. There it is. You see the wall of it. Yeah, you guys can see the wall of it. It's right in front of us, literally 10 feet. We're going to curve around it. And this is it. Success. Wow. The largest boulder. Here's a smaller boulder. But this is the largest freestanding boulder, I guess, in the world. That's crazy, or from what I read. And back in the day, the 30s, I guess, a guy dug a hole out and lived under this thing. I wished it was, I'm gonna come back in the day because this is pretty freaking cool. Yeah, here's the concrete where the guy dug out and lived under it. But yeah, this is freaking amazing. Look at this. And this is a mountain. You can't see it. The moon's right there. And it's a mountain. I wish I could get my truck up where you could see the mountain right, literally, right in front of us. Going straight up with nothing but huge boulders. I don't have my old Land Rover, I'd climb these rocks, but I don't think I can clear the bumper with this one. Yeah, I can't. I'll probably drag my bumper off. Let's see. Oh no. It's a Land Rover, baby. Come on. Come on, baby. Get up there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There you go, sweetie. Yeah. Oh, I love Land Rovers. So, I don't know what you can see. Alright, guys. You still can't see. There's the moon. We're waiting for a picture to pop up here. I've been out here now for about an hour. It's about 4:20, 4:30 in the morning. Oh, there we go. Pretty nice. Coming along. So yeah, you can't see anything again. So yeah, we've got a lot of pictures. Oh, we've got headlights coming. That's weird. Got headlights coming this way. All right, I'm probably gonna try to get back to my truck here. Kind of strange. Anyway, we've got a bunch of good pictures of. All right, guys. It is about 5:30 in the morning almost. And the sun is just coming up, and that's giant rock right there in front of you. You can't really see it. It's still dark, but you can see the sun coming up. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm up on the rock face. I've climbed up probably, almost even with giant rocks. So I'm probably about, I'm probably about 50 foot off the ground, I believe. Something like that. Yeah, I'm up here a little ways. But as you can see, the rock face still goes way up there. I'm not even halfway up, so it's pretty awesome though. And that's the desert sunrise. And again, that's giant rock. You can barely see it. My truck's down there. Not sure what all you can see. Looks pretty dark still. But as the sun comes up, I'll give you an update. We've been out here all night. It's been awesome. Alright guys, as promised, I'm checking back in. I've been out here all night. I am now probably a couple hundred feet off the ground. No, not that high. I think this rock form is probably a couple hundred feet. I'm a little over 100 feet because I'm over the top of, I can see right over the top of giant rocks. So I'm actually up here, but you can see how much further I have to go to the top. I'm about halfway up, I believe. But there's still a ways to climb. But I'm up here a little ways. Let me see if I can turn this camera around so you can take a look. Hold on just a second. Alright guys, we've turned the camera around. And you can see I'm set up on my tripod here. Got my climbing glove there that I took off. And you can see how big giant rock is because there's my Land Rover right there to the left. And the sun's coming up. And it's just been an absolutely amazing night out here. I think I got here about 3:15, 3:10. And I've been out here and it's going on 6 a.m. The sun's up. I can see everything. No paranormal activity. Just back to business as usual. And having fun in the desert here. I want to see if I can climb the rest of the way up to the top of this rock form, but it's like I tell everybody when they come out here and start climbing, if you can see where I'm standing on a ledge. It's about a 25-foot drop right there. I don't know if you can tell that on video. And then it's about straight off the front of this rock is a good probably 70 feet to the ground. So I don't want to fall off, but I tell everybody when they come out here and start climbing, these rock forms are actually pretty easy to climb up. I climb up with my camera and my tripod. I need to put a rope on it so I can lower it down, because climbing up is usually easy. It's going down that's the hard part. So I always try to be careful and really plan my route going up. So coming down is not as dangerous, because there's spots where you need two hands and you have to slip off the rock, and you can't really be holding onto a camera to do that. So you got to be careful. You got to think it through before you climb up. So I don't want to get up here and get stuck and have to leave my camera up here. That would suck balls. So anyway, I will see you guys either at the top or back at the bottom. One of the two. Over and out. Well, we have climbed up probably about another 35 feet, I guess. Still not to the top. And honestly, looking at the lines, they're kind of ending. It's getting to a point where I'm not sure I can make it up. So this may be as high as we get to go. We're still quite a ways from the top. We're over halfway there. We're about 3/4 of the way there. But we still have about probably 40 feet, 50 feet to climb to get to the top. You can see I just got through taking a few pictures. There's the camera set up on the ledge. Land Rover's down there, way down there. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah, it's right there, see it? And that's giant rock, which doesn't look too giant from here. But that thing is actually 7 stories high. So that's how high up we are right now. So anyway, I don't know what we're going to do here. It's a beautiful sunrise. And I don't know if we're going to call it a night and head home or keep this journey going. You can see the rock. You can see the top. I wanted to get to the top. I really did. Let's see if we can turn it around so you guys can see it. So you can see this beautiful desert sunrise. There's my camera. And I'm up here a ways. Still got a ways to go though. I don't think we're going to make the top. Getting down is going to be fun. Going up's not hard, like I said. Going down is a pain in the butt. But here we are. And you see the Land Rover down there to the left. It's getting smaller and smaller, but you can see how big giant rock is compared to it. It's pretty crazy. So anyway, we're going to keep going. Alright guys, we made it to as high as we're going to go. Didn't quite make it to the top, but we made it pretty far up here, as you can see. Pretty cool. Sun's just coming up. And we are going to have a lot of fun getting down. Because we are definitely up here ways. Yeah, still a long way to go to the top. This is definitely a lot higher up than I thought it was. And I think this is a good spot to call it quits. If I had ropes and wasn't carrying a camera, I could go ahead and get to the top, but maybe another day. It's going to be hard enough getting down carrying my gear, so this is as high as we're going to get. So as you can see, we're up here on this shelf that I found, which is actually pretty cool. The thing about climbing these rock formations is making sure you pick your line. I could actually probably go right through there and make it up, because the thing about it is you get to these points and you hit a dead end and then you're stuck and you have to find another line. So I'm usually pretty good at picking lines and getting to where I want to go. I think this is about as high as I want to go. It gets a lot more difficult climbing from here, as you can see, as the boulders get a lot bigger. But I think I could actually probably go right through that smaller stuff all the way up through there, but it's about, let's see, it is, what time is it? 6 a.m. Yeah, and I left the house about 1:30 a.m. I believe. So I think it's about time to call it quits. Get back down. It'll probably take me about 45 minutes to get down, and then we will go to the house, get some breakfast, and take a nap. So, all right, guys, we're back on the ground, and the sun's up. It is 20 till 7. So it took me about 30 minutes to climb down. You can see my truck back there, right there. And I came out here to go to see Giant Rock because it's evidently it is the largest boulder. It's the largest freestanding boulder on the planet, I guess. It's 7 stories high, and it's just a big ass rock. It's a big giant rock. It's a big boulder. And to give you a little perspective of how big it is, again, there's my truck parked right there. My truck is actually parked right under Giant Rock. And see it? That gives you some perspective of how big this freaking boulder is. It's like ginormous. And I've been out here for 4 or 5 hours, and I just kind of don't want to leave. It's so cool. It took me like an hour to get here. It should have took like 20 minutes, but I drove literally through the middle of the desert. So it took me quite a while to get here, and just having fun. I've still got my camera down here, and I did long exposures earlier. I was doing, at night when I got out here, it was all long exposure. And now I'm just shooting some stuff while the sun is just coming up. So it's still beautiful. And you can see I climbed up. It doesn't look very high, which is funny from the ground. It doesn't look that high, but believe me, once you get up there, well, there's Giant Rock right there. And it's like 5 times higher than Giant Rock, maybe 10 times, I don't know. It's a long way up there. And I climbed almost probably a little over 3/4 of the way to the top. But look at this skyline back here. You can't see that, but where the sun's not. You can't, the phone just doesn't do it justice. Let's see if I can adjust. Yeah. The sky's beautiful back behind me. It just doesn't do it justice on the phone. iPhone's pretty good though. It's pretty cool. So anyway, I'm just kind of walking around, checking it out. And I guess I'm going to head home. I really enjoyed it. Oh, we got in the shade. Lost the sun. Let's go back over here to the sun. But there you go. You can really see Giant Rock. As you can see, my truck is parked right there underneath it. So anyway, I guess this is going to conclude. I keep saying that, and I keep vlogging, so I'm not going to say it's going to conclude because I might find something else I want to talk about. So we'll either leave it at that, maybe see you in a little while, and maybe not. Actually, I'm going to film a little bit so you can see without my face in it. So hold on, let me turn the camera around. All right, that's right into the sun, which just came up. And there's my truck under Giant Rock. And there's another rock, which is pretty huge, but it's tiny compared to Giant Rock. And then here's this amazing rock formation. It goes way up there. That's like not even close to the top of it. That's just a cliff. It goes way, way up there. We'll walk out here a little ways this way. But this is the desert, man. The high desert. We're over by Landers, California. I usually shoot my long exposures during the night at Joshua Tree National Park. But another photographer, Kristen Ulcher, gosh, I'm butchering her last name. I'm sorry, Kristen. It's not Ulcher, but that's the way I see it. Yeah, you can see my truck there under Giant Rock. She told me about this place on the Photo Junkie Facebook group. So when she told me, I had to come check it out, and I'm sure glad I did. I've been here for several hours, and I thought I was going to leave while it was still dark, but hey, I'm still here. Still here having fun. So I'm going to walk out here. You can see my truck there still under Giant Rock. Hopefully the rock doesn't move and crush my truck, because that would really suck. It kind of looks like it might the way it's sitting. Hopefully we don't have an earthquake. And actually where my truck is sitting is a concrete slab, because there was an old man in the 30s that I guess he dug a hole under the rock and he was living under it. So that's pretty cool. Cool story, bro. Yeah. But I actually pulled up on that slab and I was a little bit leery because I hope it's solid under there and it's still not a hole and it's just a concrete slab over it. I'm sure they filled it all in. But that is Giant Rock, and that's this huge rock formation, which is pretty big. It's so funny because like on film or on camera and like on video, it just doesn't do like the justice of how large this stuff is. It's really large. This rock, there's Giant Rock, which is 7 stories tall, and then that big pile of rock behind it that I climbed up is probably 200 feet at least, because I got way up over Giant Rock and I was still quite a ways from the top. So anyway, I think that's gonna do it. I think I'm done for the night, the day. I think it's time to take it on back home. Okay guys, well that's gonna conclude it. We're out on the other side of Giant Rock now, and that's gonna conclude this vlog. So I hope you enjoyed it. Probably gonna try to do some more, man. There's so much cool stuff around Joshua Tree. If you've never been out to the high desert, you're really missing out. It's a great place to come explore. It's like another planet out here. It's a weird deal, man. It's literally only an hour. Wait a minute. No, it's 2.5 hours from LA. It's about 130 miles from LA out here where I'm at. And I drive back and forth to LA all the time, so it's not that big a deal. But it's a different landscape out here, especially over in Joshua Tree National Park. We're over by Landers, California right now, which is way north of the park. So, but it's a cool deal. But I'm gonna sign off and get out of here. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm like at 160 subscribers, and I'm trying to get to by 10,000 so I can use the YouTube facility in LA for free and be one of the cool YouTube kids. But at 160 subscribers, I have a long way to go. So please subscribe, help me out. If you like this vlog, let me know. I'm a full-time photographer, so if you like this vlog, there's something else you'd like to see me go explore, comment below, tell me what it is, and I'll head out there and check it out and vlog it for you. Anyway, this is Rav Holly. Check out my website, ravholly.com. Hit me up on Twitter, Rav Holly. Instagram, Rav Holly. That's RAVHOLLY. And we are signing off. Until next time, kids. Have a great day. One thing I forgot to address, I ended the vlog, and I forgot to tell you guys about the headlights, which is a pretty interesting story in itself. So I was out here, it's probably about 4:30, I guess, and I'm doing my pictures. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. I wasn't expecting anyone to be anywhere around, and I was vlogging actually, and I saw a headlight, so I was like, oh shit, here comes a bunch of drunk kids or something. So I was probably going to pack up and leave. And so I started packing my gear up, and this little white 4-door Toyota pickup pulls up, and it literally looked just exactly like Corey Molina, who does all my cinematography for my music videos and stuff. If you do not know who Corey is, check him out at ccmfilms.com. Check out his trailer. He's got an amazing drone. He does some amazing cinematography work. So he's my go-to guy for cinematography on music videos or anything I'm doing that's high-end video stuff. Anyway, so the truck pulls up right beside me, and I'm like, what in the hell is Corey doing out here? This is really weird. And I'm packing my camera, pulling it off the tripod, and this chick jumps out and runs around, and it's like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, I'm just like taking some pictures, but I was looking for Corey to come out behind her, but then I realized that no, it was just her, so I realized it wasn't Corey's truck. Long story short, it was just some cool girl that she was kind of cute. It was dark. She looked kind of cute, but she was really drunk, and I guess it was her last night out here in the desert. She had put her resignation in, and she's moving up to some little town towards Mammoth and going to work in the forestry service. So she was just kind of out in the desert for her last night, and she decided to come out here to Giant Rock to I guess bid it farewell or something, because she's going to be moving, and she's lived here 22 years of her life, she said. So anyway, it was cool. We hung out for a few minutes. I showed her how I take my long exposure photos, and she was on her way. So anyway, that concludes this vlog for sure now. And but I just knew I was going to get a lot of questions, because I forgot I'd ended the vlog with those headlights coming up. So I knew people were probably going to be asking who that was. Anyway, there's Giant Rock again. See it? Holy shit, it's big. That's what she said. There's my truck. See it? Tiny little truck. truck, big rock. The funny thing is when you look at Giant Rock in the pictures, it doesn't look that big. It looks like it's like the size of a house or something when you look at the pictures. But when you come out here and look at it, it's freaking ginormous. It's like the size of a freaking office building. But anyway, we're gonna end this for sure now. For real, promise. Anyway, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and this is Rob Holly. Whoa, almost fell down. Did you have a nice trip? Yeah. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.